Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. In this video, we give you the latest news. A body language expert has revealed Prince Harry seemed regretful and tense, and Meghan is the old fox that controlled him when they spoke about the US election. The Duke of Sussex looked uncomfortable and appeared to be aware of the fallout that his comments would cause within the royal family as he joined wife Meghan to urge American citizens to reject hate speech and register to vote, according to body language expert Judy James. Analyzing footage for Female, Judy explained that Harry used distraction rituals throughout, which reflected his level of discomfort at speaking on the issue. Meanwhile, she said Meghan appeared to have hemmed in Prince Harry with her position on the bench, and she checked the messaging as the Duke is speaking. Speaking to Female, Judy noted, Harry and Meghan appear to prefer to dress their more rebellious acts up in an appearance of friendly, down-to-earth normality, meaning it can take a while to realize what they are doing here is game-changing in terms of the royal firm. Like Donald Trump said, I wish Prince Harry good luck because he's gonna need it. He's obviously referring to the trouble Meghan Markle is going to put him through. He and everyone else can see Meghan Markle has a personality disorder, and Prince Harry is her victim and prey. And he's stuck with her emotionally, with their baby, and financially. It's going to be very messy when he decides he can't take any more and wants to get out. She's probably already prepared for this eventuality. Donald Trump can see this. He looked controlled, forced, and uncomfortable to say what he did. He knew he crossed the line, a shadow of himself, all to make the wife happy. She seduced him and he unwittingly fell victim, naively believing that she loves him and not what being associated with him would do to her profile. It's all about control. It's a documented feature of a narcissist. It's unhealthy for Harry and must be very upsetting for his family to see. At the beginning of the video, Judy explained, there is no apparent tension in Harry's posture here as he sits slightly slumped beside his wife, who adopts a much more regal, elegant, and high-status pose that projects confidence and a sense of control. But Judy added the dynamic between the couple hinted at powerful undercurrents. The body language expert continued, space is associated with power and status, and again, it's Meghan who has the larger share of the space on this bench. While Meghan takes up more of the space on the bench, Prince Harry also uses distraction rituals throughout the conversation which reflect his discomfort. This might look like a deeply likable couple urging people to vote, but Harry would have been well aware of the potential fallout in the UK and in his own family, Judy explained. His distraction rituals seem to reflect that there's a hint at some level of discomfort. His mouth pulls into a partial oxbow mouth shape in a micro gesture that could signal some slight regret. His knees are splayed to suggest confidence and authority, but it's a truncated gesture in terms of power as his legs are locked together at the ankle. She continued, there is some eye stutter and eye shuffle to suggest tension and a buildup of distraction signals that even include what looks like a knuckle crack gesture at one point. Like nail biting, knuckle cracking can be a displacement or self-attack ritual that occurs when you can't attack the person you're angry with. And Mr. Phil Dampier also agreed with this view. He said, well, I actually agree with the tense part. I watched the clip. He looked and sounded unsure. I think he knows deep down that he crossed a line, but I have no empathy for Henry whatsoever. He had the final word at his feet and has less than this two-bit actress completely destroy everything he stood for. And I'm not blaming her. He is weak and needs to grow up, and pretty bloody quickly for the sake of his son. Also, he blamed the firm, adding, the royal family have a hand in Harry's upbringing and behavior by always glossing over his numerous faux pas and their clever PR, and by indulging him to his heart's content and never saying no to him. What Harry wants, Harry gets, is what molded him into who he is today, a know-it-all simpleton with an arrogant schmuck who can't be told. They should have tried tough love and some ultimatums. His father and grandmother have created a monster. Meanwhile, many fans also discuss his body language. A fan wrote on Daily Mail, "One way or another, Harry looks like a very unhappy man. Gone are all the hand-holding, back-rubbing, staring lovingly into his eyes. It's as if it's all changed. She's saying, 'Go if you want. I have the house, money, and most of all my meal ticket. Archie, leave if you want.' How can Harry get out of this?" Another fan replied to this comment, "Harry looks like he's literally backed into a corner." In the UK, Markle was the damsel in distress, always clinging to Harry, making him feel like a man. Now that she's back in the US, she feels in control of her situation, like everything's going according to plan. Harry looks so out of his element. He still doesn't realize Meghan needs him. He doesn't need Meghan, in my opinion. Another added, "There was a time not so long ago when Markle literally held on to Harry and acted, yes, acted because she was false, like a scared little girl. These days, their body language has definitely changed. It's Harry who now looks like a scared little boy, and she's in total control of him. It's quite disturbing to see." Meanwhile, another fan wrote, "Of course he's tense. He would have spent hours learning the script that Meghan wrote him and is scared about getting one word wrong. What happened to the fun-loving soldier the whole country loved? What Meghan has turned him into is so sad. He might be less tense if Meghan treats him to an auto cue ready for his next pathetic woke speech so he doesn't have to try and remember it." Another replied, "A man with a brain the size of a lentil is unlikely to know what he thinks about anything unless someone else tells him. And that's what happened. What a total embarrassment to the British nation he is. They are absolutely insufferable and the hubris is nauseating. The juxtaposition between her smirk and very stiff, controlled body posturing with his goofy, impish grin and childlike need to please is just plain ridiculous." Finally, the last one wrote, "Very unwise of her to keep swiping at Trump publicly. I doubt he's a man to forgive or forget. Her massive ego is blinding her to the danger, and now she's dragging Hapless into an old feud. He needs to remember that he's a guest in Trump's country on who knows what type of visa. He's being dragged down a dark, dangerous alleyway with nowhere to go when she dumps him." We would all look tense as we're about to stab our granny in the back. Harry seems to be under the misapprehension that anyone gives a stuff what he says, and that sacrificing his family like this is pointless as well as damning. The only person he matters to now in the whole world is Meghan, and that's only because he is the bringer of her gold and pathfinder to fame. The Queen needs to take back all their titles and privileges now. The end of the 12-month trial will be too late. Moving on to other royal news, more than 2/3 of Brits think the Duke and Duchess of Sussex should have their royal titles taken away from them, according to a new survey. The results of the survey for Tatler magazine, which was conducted yesterday, came as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle came under fire from critics for commenting on the U.S. election. The couple are now facing calls for their royal titles to be stripped from them, with Piers Morgan among those to call for the move, branding Meghan's comments brazenly partisan. According to the Tatler survey, the majority of respondents believed Meghan should not be commenting on U.S. politics. The data collected by research consultancy Savanta Comras polled 4,174 British adults, only taking results from those who expressed an opinion when questioned. It found 68% agreed Harry and Meghan should have their titles as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex taken from them after stepping down as working royals and moving to the U.S. A total of 63% agreed that Meghan should not be commenting on U.S. politics, despite the fact that she's American, while 35% agreed that the Duchess wants to be the President of the United States one day. And you, what do you think about this vote? Please let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share with your own followers. And as always, subscribe to the Sussex Daily News channel for all the latest news on the royal family, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.